Straight from the heart, yeah. We all looking for a connection, something real, something true. In a world full of broken promises, I still believe in you. Every problem, every answer, got a face, got a name. If love is the currency we're spending, let's stop playing games. Integrity in how we show up, truth in how we speak. If you want something lasting, it starts with honesty. Relationships are the new currency. That's how we all get rich, straight from the heart. Real conversations, yeah.
Welcome back. It's Sunday night, and this is the Pat Nash Talk Show, in case you don't remember. And in case I don't remember, I'm the one coming back, right, from a vacation. And we want to stress straight talk from the heart, because when we get on here, I tell you guys this, and in case you forgot, my guests that come on, we don't talk about what we're going to talk about. We don't have any script, any of that. We get on here and the conversation we have is straight from the heart. So what I love about that is it creates a natural relationship, and we just talk. I love relationships. So before I even go any further, I do not want you to wait. I have a great show, because Level Up Nation, which is our parent company or whatever, that I am on one of their shows, we are starting a new show, and it's all men. And I'm going to bring two of them. It should be four every single Sunday, but I'm going to bring two of them, and I call them the bookends of this show, that felt that tug in their heart to get on and just share conversations from men. So welcome, Adrian Consonery Jr. and Andra Jerrode. You guys, these are the bookends for the men's show. And I am going to let you guys introduce yourselves. You know, I know you. I've interviewed both of you. I love you, my brothers. There is nobody like you. You're unique in your own space, in my life, and in the life of Level Up Nation and so many other people. So before I go on, because y'all know I can talk. That's the name of the show, Pat Nash Talks. So before I go on, I want you to introduce yourselves and tell us the name of the show. You notice I didn't mention it. And if you can, you guys just bounce off of each other. This is the pre-show for the show. And talk about why you decided to do this man show. I am going to tell you this, ladies. I will never be a guest on their show, even though they're guests on my show, because this men's show is going to be all men talk, all men all the time. So it's going to be fun. Now, it doesn't mean you can't pop on here like you do on this show. They want you on. Am I right, guys? You want them on, and you want them conversation while you're talking, but it's going to be like, excuse me, men are talking here. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, guys. Introduce yourselves.
Hey, AJ, go ahead. Adrian, go ahead.
AJ, you go ahead. No, AJ, you go ahead.
Well, I am Adrian Consonery Jr. I am a candidate for Georgia Secretary of State, but I am also a poet by nature. And I have done a lot of different things across the country, just over voter advocacy and voter registration. So with all of that said, yes, I will be the politics guy when we have the show. I'll be giving everything when it comes to political analysts, talking about different things in the news, but also making sure that we have a firm basis as to what's going on around us and how we can better be a part of it.
Wow. You got my vote. I'm just saying. But all right. AJ, Andre.
Hey, how you doing, everyone? I am Andra Jerrode Goins, your fit photographer. I am, what am I? I'm a photographer. I travel all around the world. I'm also involved with nonprofit. I'm also involved with the school system. So I do pretty much a lot of things. Adrian will be coming from a political standpoint. I'm gonna be coming from your husband's standpoint, your brother's standpoint, your uncle's standpoint. I'm gonna bring it a little bit closer to home with you. I think it's going to be a great a great collaboration though, because Adrian is a little younger than me. I'm a little older than him. You're going to get two perspectives, but you're going to get some real talk. You're going to get, it's not going to be anything fluff. There's no fluff there. It's going to be like authentic conversation that I think everyone can relate to. And we're going to have a great time with that.
Well, I can't wait. I'm just telling you right now, I'm going to be the first one on there and I'm going to be like, so Adrian, you're coming from a political perspective, but you will be talking about how things affect you personally and you and your family and all of that. So I want the ladies to know if there is questions that they have. You may be coming from an angle, but you're men. And that's what
Absolutely.
women want to hear from. Honestly, a lot of times when I do my show, it's like, we know how women think. We are women. And so at that point, we want to know what men think on different subjects, what they think about marriage, what they think about dating, what they think about being the head of the household. What does that mean about, what kind of expectations should you have financially if you're in a relationship? Everything I can think of off the top of my head that women want to know, and they ask these questions, they really do want to know from the men or from a men's perspective, especially if they're going to be involved with a man. Hey, Nisi, I'm just saying hi to everybody. Shakti jumped on, and Todd and Lonzine and several other people. If you're on, hey, Leslie, if you guys are on, you can always say hi to the guys. They're going to be bringing it, and they're not going to hold no holds barred. And let me tell you what I like about the show, guys. I like it, then I don't, because I want to be right up in there. That's why I had y'all on here right now. Like I busted in to the herd. Please explain why it's called H.E.R.D, what H.E.R.D means, H-E.R.D, because when I heard it, I'm thinking heard for men, like, okay, I heard that. But please tell us what H-E-R-D means.
Absolutely. Well, the herd is he earns respect daily. And a lot of times, there's a aspect that men go through where we always have this have I earned it mentality. Like, have I earned the ability to do certain things? A lot of times men's worth gets tied to what they do, but that's not always how it's supposed to be. Men are supposed to be respected daily simply by just being themselves. Same as women. Women are supposed to be respected because they just exist. And so he earns respect daily. That's to give the reminder, you don't need to do more to receive that respect. Now, don't get me wrong, giving out respect is definitely something that is needed as well as receiving it. But understanding that he earns respect daily because he's him.
Yeah. Shakti says she loves the meaning of that. She loves the meaning.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think a lot of times as men, we are under so much pressure. And rightfully so. I mean, I get it. I mean, at the end of the day, you want a man to be a man. You want him to stand in the trenches with you. You want him to be your everything. And that's a lot of pressure. I mean, the way society looks at us, especially being an African-American man, I mean, it's a lot of pressure on us. And we get it from everywhere. We get it from jobs. We get it from our peers. We get it from just walking down the street. So yeah, the herd, I mean, is exactly what it is. It's about him earning respect. But we're doing things to get that respect.
Yeah. And I love that. I love that you're explaining you really should, as a man, show up in your manhood and get that respect. And then on the other hand, keeping it in your mind that you earn it every day. You earn it not only standing up in your manhood, but the things that you do and the way you respond to people has you earning it. Hey, Grace. She says she's ready for this exciting new year, you guys. So I'm gonna tell you what I was thinking when you guys were telling me the name of it. He earns respect daily. A lot of times when I am talking to women, I say that's the number one thing a man requires, and he almost craves it, is respect. On the flip side, women crave security. That is just something we crave. Whatever that looks like for you, we crave those things. And I think that's why, going back biblically, those are the two things is addressed to us. Have you ever noted that the thing that is the hardest for us sometimes is what is required? So I think sometimes it's hard for men to secure the woman or make them feel secure. And it's hard for a woman to respect a man who is not willing to do that. Can you kind of weigh in on that? And I appreciate you guys saying that it is hard work. It's work. So imagine, I want you guys to answer this. Imagine this soft season or this season that women want to be in. It's called a soft season. And it's called a soft season because they would love to be able to have the security of being in that space. But a lot of times they have to show up hard because they're taking the place of the man in their life. Maybe they're single, or maybe they have someone they feel like is not willing to secure them. So they have to do that. This is the first kind of thing you guys are going to get. So I'm going to sit back and let you guys do what men do. Talk straight from the heart. I mean, the immediate reaction that you have, whether it's what do you think I want to hear or not. Tell me how men would answer something like that.
I'll let you go first.
They're like, no.
Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot.
I'm sorry. I did. I probably hit 2 or 3 points in there. Just talk about the requirement of men for respect. How about that?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
The requirement of men for respect. How important is it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. That word respect. Oh my God, it's see, because the thing about it is you can have a woman that gives you, let's say, for instance, if you're a woman that likes to cook, let's say that you're a woman that likes to, to do things for her man. Yeah. Okay. But in those actions, respect is still not given.
Oh.
And understand this, like how you talk to your mate, how you talk to that man, how you present yourself as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God. How you present these things, a man looks at all that as respect. So it's not necessarily so the thing about it is like this. Respect to a man looks like this. I value your opinion and I value who you are. I'm not going to give you less. I'm not going to give you less than I want. So if I want the respect, I'm going to give you the respect. I'm not going to ask you to give me respect and I'm not giving it back to you. Mm-hmm. So respect really in a relationship, well, to a man, respect is number one, period. A man will leave you quicker if you disrespect him than you cheating on him. And I'm going to tell you that. For real.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
This is interesting. What's the difference? I'm thinking if you cheated on, you're being disrespectful anyway.
So I'll be honest, going into that, because I definitely understand it. When a sign of unfaithfulness is something that has kind of festered over time, and a lot of times that can be disguised. A lot of times that can be hidden. That's an intent that you don't necessarily know is underneath or on the prowl, on the attack towards you. Mm-hmm. However, a sign of disrespect, that's blatant. That's out front. That's easily identifiable. That's the red flag that someone can see. A lot of times, some people don't see the red flag before the unfaithfulness happens. So when that red flag presents itself, you are now presented with the issue head on. You can choose to either respond to it in that manner, or you can choose to respond to it in a later date. But because of how men do shape themselves in various different spots, especially within a relationship, that's something that has to be dealt with right then and there. And if it's a persistent type of disrespect, if it's continual disrespect of who I am as not just your man, but as a man, then that's something that can't fly, because you'll never be able to accept the entirety of who I am, let alone me accept the entirety of you are, because that means you are disrespectful. And to accept that into someone's life, especially in a way that's not conducive of a productive relationship or a safe environment, that's not something anybody should be subjected to. So, and then even going into this aspect of acceptance, there's something that I'm going to actually use to, flip the script back onto men when we talk about submission.
Mm,
Submission is something that everybody loves to talk about. A lot of people like to, look at the surface level of submission, like husbands or wives submit to your husbands or anything of that nature.
right, right,
However, one thing that I have always believed in is that I can't want for my woman to submit to me if I can't give the example of what submission looks like with my submission to God.
hmm,
So, how can I expect for her to show any type of respect and reverence when I step into a room if I don't do it for the creator of all things? That's supposed to lead our relationship and lead us in the right manner. So that way, if I do have the household, I can lead the household the way that God would want me to lead it. Because now, if I am respecting God and I'm moving in the way that God wants me to move, and you're disrespecting that,
right, right.
then no wonder I can get rid of you quickly because I know what I'm going after. I know what I'm listening to. And if
Yeah,
you can't respect that, then there's a situation between you and God. It's not just me.
yeah, yeah.
So
It
Yeah,
goes deeper than that.
absolutely. And then just to bring it down to a more surface level, look at the woman, look at the man, and if either one of them doesn't love themselves, they can't love you.
Now you're all in
mhm.
my lane. That's what I'm saying. Just learning to love
Sorry.
yourself as a woman. No, 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 it's good. Learning to love yourself as a woman or individual, you give a lot of respect out of the fact that you love yourself. I think
Mhm.
people who are hurting or not in love with themselves are show up very disrespectful for whatever's going on internally with them. By the way, Todd said these young bloods are spitting. I guess that means y'all saying the right things. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing he's saying you guys are, saying some things that women should take note or men should take note to. So,
Absolutely.
can I ask another question since we got deep into this, like knee deep into this?
Sure.
What if this man does not have a Christian based religion? As a woman, do you not owe him respect?
So everybody serves somebody.
Hmm.
Everybody has a God.
Hmm.
Everybody has some belief system that they hold to, whether they
Yes.
like to admit it or not.
Hmm.
Including atheists. Atheists have something that they believe in. It may just
Right.
not be an actual deity, but
Hmm.
they believe in something. And what those somethings that they believe in comes down to conviction.
Hmm.
Conviction is what drives people's emotion. It's what should drive people's emotions.
Right.
Because if like I'm a firm believer that love and joy are not emotions, they're convictions. It's a decision
Mhm.
that you have to make all the time.
Oh, I like that.
So like if I let's say I'm in love, right?
Hmm.
But I'm angry with the person that I'm in love with. Does that change the way that I treat them? Because I know I'm in love with them. So because I love you, my anger, my emotion must obey that conviction of love. So I will still speak lovingly in a way that is still conducive of me as expressing my emotion, but also paying respect to who you are because I love you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So anybody can follow that type of conviction without having a religious basis.
Yeah.
But what the spiritual background does is give you guidance to know how to go about those different emotions.
Hmm. That's true. I
Yeah.
like what you
Mhm.
said too, Adrian. And I'm gonna ask you, Andre. You probably already want to weigh in on that. You love the person, but it doesn't mean you like the actions or whatever how you're feeling. You're separating that. You're separating the responsibility of love and the responsibility of showing that. To me, that hit home because you're separating the responsibility of showing respect even when you don't feel it or even when you feel a certain way, but because of who you are and how you feel about this person, I'm going to respect you. I don't like what you said, but I'm going to override the fact that I don't like what you said and I'm still going to respect you. Hey,
Exactly.
Bert.
No, of course. I mean, but that's called life.
Yeah.
You're not going to always agree.
Well,
You're
you
not
better
gonna.
tell some people this. I'm
You're
telling
not.
you,
You're not gonna. You're not gonna always.
married.
You're
You're
not gonna.
married.
You're not gonna always agree.
A lot of people don't believe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, I'm dealing with a lot of single people and they want to find a relationship, but we don't agree on this. And I don't know if I can do that. And I'm like,
Well, if you're looking for if you're waiting for it to be perfect, then you're gonna it's never gonna be perfect.
you'll be by yourself.
You're gonna be by yourself, so it never is going to be perfect.
Yes.
And I think we look at the wrong things. We look at physical. If he don't
even start.
If he don't have muscles, if he don't have this, if he don't have that. Look, everybody can't be me, but at the same time. Just joking, y'all.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
No, just joking, but you gotta look at what value that person brings to you. That's it. It's about value.
Okay.
And if there's no value there, then keep moving.
Yeah. So why complicate it? If there's no, let me go right back to both of you said, because Adrian, you started this by saying, even if you feel a certain way, you have a responsibility to show up a certain way, right? Especially if you love someone. Let's put it in a love aspect. And Brian is jumping in too. He's saying setting boundaries at the beginning will help. In a relationship where there's two people who are trying to connect, what you said, Adrian, is going to be powerful to helping people understand. If you are professing love, you still have to show up in love with your responses, even if you don't like what they're saying. And so that kind of helps people respect, and that kind of helps people submit. You know what I'm saying? In that kind of way. And then Andre, you're saying, I heard you say, now I could be saying, you might have said something different outside of the part. Everybody can't be you. You said we look at sometimes the wrong things when we're trying to connect with somebody. We look on the physical, and that is never as deep as the character of the person.
Absolutely.
I was telling someone else this before. I've seen people who are in the most optimal shape on the outside, but on the inside, they may have been dumb as a box of rocks. And I mean, it could be a man or a woman. And for me, it doesn't matter to some people. They really are so into what you look like. They don't care about the quality of your character or anything else. But for a lot of us, we do. And so that is a turnoff if you don't have a conversation. Because y'all, let's face it, I'm older than both of you. At some point, all those physical things, they start sagging. They're not going to respond like they should at some point. And you have to have connected on something a lot deeper than a physical attribute if you're going to do life with somebody.
Let's just say this. You have to like the person. Some people just don't.
Lord.
Come on. Some people, listen, you got so many marriages out here where they just don't like each other. You got boyfriend and girlfriends or significant they just don't like each other. You have to get back to liking each other. You have to understand your why. And going back to what we was talking about, everything has to be led with love. Everything, because if you don't lead with love, then what you're leading with.
But you can love people and not like them. And that's
and you can you can absolutely love someone
every single day
without liking them. Yes, but you gotta like you listen, you have to like something about them. You have to.
And if you don't, be in trouble. Advice for married couples. A friend of mine gave me very good advice that she got from someone that was good advice. If you're married, focus on more like days than dislike days, because then you start winning. Let me find something, like you said, Andre, that I like about this person. And let me hold that, at least today. I like this about that person. Kind of reminded me why we hooked up in the first place. Oh, I do like this about this person. But if you focus on more like days than dislike days, you got something to build on, right?
Hmm.
And yeah, so I'm not taking over this because this is the prelude to the men's show. So y'all not getting off that
No,
easy.
no, we letting you get it out right now. We're gonna let you get it
So
out
I
right
don't
now.
interrupt you when you get up.
No, we're gonna let you go ahead and get it out right now.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
No. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, you have to always focus on the positive.
What are one of the things? Hey, Valerie, what are one of the things you guys that men complain about behind women's backs? You're not telling on them. You are simply letting us be aware that this is an issue. Like this is an issue for us because I can name them. What women complain about behind the backs of men, and name them because I think they should be brought out so we can discuss them. So, what is one of the one things other than we talk too much? But what is one of the one things that men complain about that is an issue with them sometimes with women?
Is this a trap?
I promise you it's not. This is good.
I was sitting there. I'm looking.
Hey.
I wish I had
Look at
shades
Adrian's
on.
face. She's like, look at Adrian's face. Like,
Look,
oh my God.
I wish I had shades on because I'm sitting here like.
I'll be
Note
honest.
to self.
I plead the fifth. Just to be safe for the both of us, I plead the fifth.
Well, that's awful. We're gonna be locked into your show.
Okay.
See if one of you guys are gonna be bold enough to say, don't women get on your nerves doing this? We're gonna be looking and listening.
Can I tell you something that a friend of mine said to me? A friend of mine said
a friend of yours. It ain't you.
Okay.
Like what has somebody else has said?
My homeboy Craig and them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. One thing that women do that really annoys a real man is when they don't take their security as important as the man that's in their life take. And my example is this: if it gets dark, like right now, it get dark at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock.
Oh, I know where you're going. Yeah.
Right. Limit where you're stopping at in between coming from A to B, because we don't want you pumping gas at night. We don't want you stopping at it. So, but what you hear from women is, I'm grown. I'm good. I'm good. Listen, it is not about being grown or good. But if you know that your man don't like certain things, come on, like work with us. We just trying to make sure you're good.
You're trying to provide security. Yeah,
but women always think that you're trying to control them or where they go at, or this. It's not a control. It's a conversation. It's a communication. It's love.
Okay.
I want to see you come in that door. That's what it is.
And I'll be honest with you, because I 100% agree. There's an aspect that we don't talk about a lot, and it's chivalry. And chivalry is not dead. Chivalry is far from dead. In fact, it's shown in various different ways. But because there has been a new wave of, self-independence, I don't need no man, I can do it all by myself, everything like that. So when a guy does come up who genuinely does want to serve, they want to, that's an aspect, that's a love language that they're trying to do. So if I'm going to open your door, I don't need why you opening my door? Look, I'm just here to serve you. This is my way of showing love. If we're walking on the sidewalk and I'm like, hey, you might need to be on this side away from the street. It's such a simple act that gets met with a lot of aggression. There's moments where there's involuntary aggression, or not involuntary. There's moments where it's not needed. Like sometimes the opposition is to the wrong things. The energy gets put into the wrong things. If there's something that is actually blatantly disrespecting you in your existence, bring it to the forefront. But if I am trying to enhance everything of what your life is like, or enhance the quality of your life to make it to where you never have to lift a finger, then let that be. I'll give an example. My mother and my father. I love them, love them, love them. My mother now, to her friend group, is known as the Duchess because of how much my father serves her. When I was
ringing, brother.
yeah, look, when I was growing up, me and my dad used to race to open my mother's car door. And like that was how I learned chivalry. Now, of course, when I got a little bit taller, my legs started getting a little longer. My father was like, "Hey, that's my wife. You gonna let me open up her door?" But there was a moment where I learned how much of a joy that was. My mom doesn't lift her hand to touch that door unless she's driving by herself. She doesn't lift a hand. If we're there, she don't touch the door to get into a building. She don't touch the door to her car. We get that. When we're riding with her to pump gas, she don't pump that gas. We do that. So that is a way that she has relinquished that control because she has security in the fact of knowing someone is there to serve her. And that goes back to the original point of security. In order for you to truly feel security, you have to be able to let go of the reins for somebody to actually serve in that capacity.
You have to.
Wow. So, but you guys have to let me read some of these comments because you're hitting on a lot of pain points for some people. First of all, Andre, I have heard people say he's just trying to be nosy and trying to figure out where I am. Well, no, I am not married and I come home to an empty house, but I will call as a habit. I will let my friends know, you guys, I'm not home yet. I'm gonna call you when I get in the door. Sometimes I'll call Todd and say, I'm not home yet. I will call you when I get in the door. I think it's wisdom as far as security to let you know where they are and try to pump your gas. That's the world we live in before it gets dark. And so you have people who are chiming in, and Brian's saying some women listen to respond versus to understand. And then that's why I was like, thanks, Brian. Yes, that happens. And I'm gonna give my own personal testimony because I can do that. And Donna's like, understanding beats the world. I mean, just get an understanding on it, right? And then Zaina of Girlcom, now she has an outstanding response to a lot of this too. She's saying some women weren't exposed to that. AJ, they weren't exposed to that. So, and then security to you might look like control to them because they weren't exposed to that. Nobody cared whether you stop and pump your own gas, and they better. And some men will tell you from personal testimony, I'm telling you, can you please stop and get gas before you get home? Because I don't want to have to pay gas up the car. And it could be 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night. So not all men care about you or think about you in that kind of way. And then some men will be like, I'll open the door for you. Last time we've been together forever. Why can't you just get out and open your own door? So the things that you guys are doing to show security or concern, some men don't do this. And so a woman may not be accustomed to that. And so you communicating with her, baby, this is how I show you that I care about you. I'm not trying to be nosy or trying to figure out where you are. And we shouldn't even be taking that stance with each other unless you're somewhere you shouldn't be. I mean, don't make me throw it back on you. But
the thing about that is also it goes back to leading in love. First of all, the conversation, when you have that conversation, and I think one of your listeners said boundaries. When you set those boundaries and you having really good conversation with someone and you're really trying to get to know them and they trying to get to know you, all that goes in the wash. They know the type of person you are. You're telling them about your past traumas. They telling you about them. Y'all communicating. Y'all not texting. Y'all not inboxing each other. Y'all actually having a legit conversation with one another, and y'all getting to know each other. So once you have that conversation and you already understand what he's about, and you understand what she about, that should fix itself.
Yeah,
if I'm having a conversation with you and you was a single woman, you haven't been in a relationship and this, that, and the other, and we having a conversation, Miss Pat, I'm talking to you right now, right? And me and you on the phone talking to each other. And I'm telling you, yeah, I definitely don't like a woman to pump her own gas. I don't want a woman to feel like, I want her to be secure around me. I want to know her love languages. I want her to know my love languages. And when we start having that conversation and I know what you love and you know what I love, guess what? Then you'll understand, hey, I may not have been in a relationship. And if I was in a relationship, those little boys didn't tell me this.
Right.
Okay. You get what I'm saying? You're talking to a grown man.
Yeah.
Okay. and he's telling you exactly how he is. You're telling him exactly how you are. And guess what? It works. Conversation is key. Communication is key. And then guess what? You wouldn't have to have been in a relationship. Mm-hmm. When that man opens that door for you, you appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And to even
because and guess when you tell him he looks good, he appreciate it. You understand what I'm saying? It works.
Yeah, we heard you. Go ahead, AJ.
And I want to piggyback off of what he said, because that communication is so crucial. Mm-hmm. It's the one thing, and that's what that dating phase is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. The dating is supposed to figure out the one another's communication styles. How can you effectively communicate to them? What is their love language? What are their triggering cues? What are the things that you can learn about them? So that way, when you do get into that union, it's like a well-oiled machine. Mm-hmm. And it's not to say, because well-oiled machines do still break down and they do still need
oil. Yeah.
But they still need oil. But I do want to say, like, how would you address something of like when it's taken so long, when it is taken a very long time, you've been fending on your own, you've been fending for yourself for a while. Mm-hmm. A lot of times what that looks like is, unfortunately, well, not even unfortunately, it looks like sacrifice on both ends. Mm-hmm. It looks like, okay, I have to sacrifice my plans in this way so that way their voice is heard here. Or it's a compromise. Okay, maybe I don't open the door every time. You know, maybe I allow her to do this on her own way. What this does is now you do it occasionally, and she's like, oh, well, this might be nice. See how she reacts to opening of the door. And then there may come a day where you get out the car, you chose not to open the door, and you realize she's still sitting in there.
And she's mad.
Why are you mad? You didn't open my door. Oh, well, let me go and open your door. Mm-hmm. Because now that is more of, let me still serve until you're comfortable. Yeah. I'll still be in the same capacity, be in your presence, be in everything of that nature until you're comfortable for me to serve you in this manner. Now, that still, when it comes to security, no one feels secure until their guard is dropped. That's a firm basis. No one feels secure until their guard is dropped. Mm-hmm. Now, that's security. Control is completely different. Control is no communication that's meant for you to get. Control is only, it's imperative. Control is almost as if it's like right then and there. You need to respond. If you don't respond, then it's an argument. If you don't respond, then it's something that's going on. See, don't start stuff and stop. See, see,
exactly.
That's why,
right?
And that's why you would want your door open.
I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you something about control. Also, I'm getting ready to show you something about control. Okay, I text you, Miss Pat, and I say, "Hey, what you're doing?" Right?
Yes.
I text you and say, how you doing? How are you? How are you? You text me back an hour and a half later. Mm-hmm. I'm mad at you now. I'm mad. I'm mad because you took so long to respond to my text. Mm-hmm. That's control. Okay?
Yeah.
That's control. When you respond back an hour and a half later, and you say, "Oh, I'm fine," right? Mm-hmm. That's not control. That was genuine. That was leading in love. I genuinely want to make sure that you were fine. And now that I hear you, I'm good.
Yeah,
I can go on about my day. Mm-hmm. You understand?
Because it didn't matter what time it was. The fact that they responded. Mm. Because you can make some assumptions that, oh, they're mad and they're acting like they don't see me. Or you can make an assumption that they're busy. And as soon as they see it, they will text me back. Absolutely. So it's just the way you look at it. So you have people chiming in, and Brian, coming from a man's perspective, he's saying consistency. So y'all know I love throwing a rock and stuff, right? I love throwing a rock and stuff.
Oh, you love it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So let's say you guys have had this talk and you're talking about a fine oil machine. You know, when you're dating what I expect, you know what you're dating, why I expect. Donna said, that's why you don't text. You need to call. So we know we expect of each other, but then we get together and we realize, dang, it was the representative that was talking. It wasn't the person. This person was not honest about what they intended to do or what they expected of me. Now that's kind of gone out the window. How would you handle that? I mean, you're a guy. What if a woman says, oh, I like to cook. I like to serve my man. When you come in the door, it's like, I don't care what kind of day I've had. I'm going to give you like this picture, right? I don't care what kind of day I had. I'm going to be like, let you know, baby, I'm so glad you're home. Da, 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 da. And then when you leave, I'm going to acknowledge that you're gone. I can't wait till you get back. I'm going to do that. You get in a relationship and you realize, I'm tired just like you. I'm in here. I ain't ordering. I ain't cooking. I ain't doing this. But you said this is the stuff you love, and we came together on this. Do you get guys complaining that there's inconsistency in what they were sold versus what they got?
It's all about communication.
Do you? But you communicated. You just communicated.
No. It's really about. I mean, if it's a deal breaker, it's a deal breaker no matter how long you've been together. Now, I'm gonna tell you, this is where, man, I don't want to get here, but this is where marriages and relationships fall apart, right? And this is where it falls apart before you actually leave, because those are deal breakers for you, and that's what you desire, and they're not giving it to you. But you don't say nothing. You don't say nothing, and you stay, and you get your heart get hardened. You get bitter, and then eventually you leave. So when you have that conversation initially, these are the absolutes. I like to eat. I need my lady to cook. Do you have a problem with that? That's you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's me, but I'm saying that's a lot of things are deal breakers. You know what I'm saying? And if it's something that's a deal breaker, I mean, I'm sorry, but you got to be consistent with it. And I understand you don't feel like it, but I get it. But I'm sorry, just some things is just not. So that's just me.
So I'll add this in as well. Teddy Pendergrass has a great song called "When Somebody Loves You Back."
Yeah,
I love Teddy.
And oh man, Teddy was on to something with that.
Hearing it in my head now,
because he said there are days when I'm giving 30 and she's giving 70, or I'm giving 60, she's giving 40. But there's something about when she just loves you back, you know. He's talking about that 50-50 love.
Right.
And I'll be honest, like in that, like he was talking in that way, but there is definitely a part where you have to make the sacrifice to make up the slack. Like if you've had that communication, this is something of what you've wanted. Maybe you're getting in that rough patch where you're not seeing everything. You have to come to your relationship complete. Don't look for someone else to complete you. You have to come complete. Because there will be days where they won't be able to give 100% of themselves. They may not even be able to give 20. You got to come up to the 98 or the 80.
But the thing
you love them.
But the only thing about that is I can't give. I can't. Understand what I'm about to tell you, okay? 100% is 100%. If you're giving 20, I'm giving 80. Right? And then I'm giving 20 and then you're giving 80. I get it. But I can't give 98 all the time.
Right.
I can't give 98 all the time.
No one can.
No one can. I need you to scratch my back just like I'm going to scratch your back. We in it together. Yeah. But but the thing about that is I'm not going to even get into that part of it. But what I'm going to say is you have to be focused on each other.
Yeah.
You have to be focused on each other. No man, woman, boy, or girl, nothing can come between that. If you're focused on one another, I get it. Now, when I say can't do 98%, if it's something that is like detrimental, whereas though it's health issues.
Yeah, because that happens.
Hey, so guess what? Sometimes you might gotta, you might gotta wipe the backside. I get it. And you know what? But guess what? That's something totally different because you're in it for better or worse.
Yeah.
You're in it for better or worse. And if you truly love that person, I can give the 98 all the time. But if you but I need you. That 2% that you're gonna give me a full 2%. You understand?
Right.
You feel me?
I mean, you appreciate this or something.
Yes.
And but that speaks volume, because if you give 98 all the time, and let's say it's not a health, crisis, if you give 98 all the time, that is going to create a burnout.
Yeah.
And you can have relational burnout. That is a true thing. You can have relational burnout because you're giving so much of yourself all the time. You're not getting anybody else to pour into you. So you're just continuously pouring from this empty cup. And now you done broke the cup because you're trying your best to give something that you don't have. So it's something that we have to be very cognizant of. When you're in your relationship and you're with this person, you've got to have this communication. Hey, this is what I bring to the table. This is what I do. I'll give you guys a quick story. So the last relationship that I had, I was able, I cook, I clean, I take care of myself. I'm genuinely, I'd like to say I'm an all-around guy. And when I was dating this young lady, she looked at me and she said, I don't know what I bring you. I don't know what, because you're self-sufficient. You can take care of yourself. You know how to wash your clothes. You know how to cook. You know how to keep your house clean. I understand that. And I said, well, what do you think that I'm looking for from you? I'm not looking for a housemaid. I'm looking for someone that I love. And if there's something where I'm lacking, pick that up if you can. That's just what it is. I would go and I would cook great meals at times. I would cook for her and I.
Jump in there and help and wash dishes
Right. If you see something where I need that at, then by all means. And that's the beauty of a relationship. It's supposed to be mutualism. When we talk about symbiosis, it's supposed to be mutualism.
Absolutely.
You're supposed to help the other person enhance how they are. When someone is with me and they're not enhancing how I am, then maybe that's not a good relationship for me to be in. And that goes vice versa. If I'm not enhancing who you are, maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship with me. So how can we go back and forth and make sure we're enhancing one another, sharpening one another as we go and we grow in this relationship? Because the woman that I date is not the woman I'm going to marry. She's going to be different. She's going to grow to my wife. I'm going to grow to her husband. The woman that's going to have my children is not the woman that I'm going to marry, because she's going to grow to be a mother as I'm going to grow to be a father. So I have to be able to go throughout all of life with her and be able to help enhance every version of her as she's enhancing every version
of absolutely. And that's and that I think what happened is, I'm gonna tell you, and when you meet someone and you are in a relationship, you get married to them, you have kids with them, and they tell you that I haven't changed since you met me. That's a problem. So you have to be mindful that we all have to grow, right? I'm not the same person. I'm not the same person that tried to holler at you to get your number. I'm not the same person that you courted. I'm not the same person that you that asked you to marry, that asked, that I'm married. I'm not the same person. Like you said, when you have my kids, I'm not the same person. Everybody you have to evolve. You have to evolve. And if you don't evolve, that's an issue. So go back everybody, like starting off, everybody has to evolve with one another. And if you don't evolve with each other, you're not going to have a future, not a great future anyway.
Right, right. So, and I will go back to this. Brian says, Grace said this is an excellent conversation, and Todd said you guys are really sharing some great stuff that can help some people. But Brian is saying some people are not. He's saying most people, but I'm going to change that and say some people are not emotionally intelligent. Speak to, if one of you guys want to grab that comment, speak to that.
The only way intelligence is given is if it's taught. Sometimes you have to educate in order for someone to be there. Like there was a relationship that I had where I was not a good communicator. I did not know how to effectively communicate how I felt without blowing up. And that is a problem. That was a huge situation. Because how am I supposed to effectively give you what I'm feeling through the membrane of how you receive communication? If I'm not giving this in a way that you receive it, then you'll never understand me. And that's something that I have to work on because I'm the deliverer. I'm the messenger. The messenger has to get the message to the receiver. The receiver just has to be the one to get it.
And let me tell you something. I am 100% for counseling because emotional intelligence is a situation where it has, like you said, it has to be taught. You have to understand that. And I'm going to tell you, I deal with it all the time. I do. And
let me define this for everybody. By the way, you guys, Andre and Adrian are hosts of our upcoming men's show, H.E.R.D, H-E-R-D, is coming in February. So make sure you stay tuned to Level Up Nation so you can have more details on the time and all of this. It is always going to be a good show because these two gentlemen will be, two other gentlemen will be added to this. So you know it's going to be hot, and my fingers are going to be like. So let's define this for people. Emotional intelligence is the capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions, and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically. So it is the ability to express how you feel and to allow someone else to express how they feel and be able to communicate in that relationally. That is emotional intelligence.
Absolutely.
And I dare say some people think they have it, but yelling and barking what you want and your commands and disregarding the other person is tipping toward narcissism and not emotional intelligence.
Yeah. And then when they say it loud, they think they're right. Saying it loud don't make it right.
No.
Doesn't make it
I
right.
didn't say that.
Yeah, nah.
He
I
said,
had to learn that the hard way. That was when it hit me like a freight train. Like, yo, when you yell, you're not helping anything. You're hurting everything. Unless it's in a forum where yelling is actually what's supposed to be the form of communication, like at a protest, right? Or if I'm debating, you know what? Not even full-fledged debating, because with debating, the best way for you to win is with questions. But with a protest is when you are taking a stand against something, and in that venue, in that realm, yelling is completely acceptable and encouraged. I am not protesting my relationship. I am not protesting love.
Very good.
So I should not be protesting you. I need to be talking to you.
And not at you. And not at you.
Right.
You guys, can you believe it's going on almost an hour? We got like 6 more minutes. So you guys can see these brothers, as Todd can say, be spitting it. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but they're going to bring real conversation. Like, my show is straight from the heart. They're going to be doing the same thing. And He Earns Respect Daily is going to come out because we want to be ears, not only ears. Somebody said, preach, Adrian. We want to not only be ears, but we also want to be a mouthpiece to bring peace in our community and peace relationally. I'm always telling people relationships is not even really new currency, but it is the real currency. The more quality relationships you have, the more peace you have in your life, the more I would say opportunities you have in your life. It makes for a better lifestyle. So it's so important to surround yourself with good quality people who are relationally and emotionally intelligent. And for people who are not, one more thing before we get out of here. How important is it to you guys to be, for your partner or your business partner or your partner in life, to be surrounded by those good quality people?
First of all, relationships, in my opinion, when it comes to the word relationship, it's the same rule no matter what you're doing. It's the same rule across the board. Relationships, and I do agree with you, relationships are the new currency, because you can get so much further. If I have $1 million in my hand, but my relationships is with billionaires. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can have the million because I got something greater. That's all.
Relationships being the new currency, it's always about who you know. And you can only know somebody if you can effectively communicate with them. In the workplace,
Right.
there's a huge situation where it comes to everybody focused on the profits and not on the people. And when you focus on the people, the profits will always align because you'll have the people for the whole longevity of the business. But if you're never focused on the people and you're continuously cycling through the different people that you got to hire, then there's no culture at your workplace
At all.
And if there's no culture, like for instance, culture is the biggest thing ever. Culture across all levels of communication. My family's from South Louisiana. There's a certain dialect that goes with that. That's of the culture. There's a certain dialect that goes with the culture of Chicago or New Jersey. There's a certain culture that goes and dialect that goes with California. But you only get that when you understand the people that are around you. So communication is the biggest thing. But with being able to be malleable with your communication, you take that everywhere. So now I can go and learn the dialect of Cali. I can learn the dialect of Louisiana. I can learn the dialect of New Jersey. I can learn the dialect of Chicago. All I have to do is be able to understand them. And in that same manner with your relationships, when you are emotionally intelligent enough to receive that, then you're way better off without it. Like you're way better off with hearing.
Yeah.
Just remember this. Just remember this. What a man does one way, he does the same way. Always.
Yeah. Yep. So with that being said, you guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for your show coming in February. I know it's going to be incredible. There's men waiting for you guys to come. Not just Todd and Brian and other people. There are men waiting on you guys to come. And Lonzie said an exceptional show. Thank you, everybody, for what you put in. But there are men and women waiting to hear just men be honest and talk about what they like, whether they like it or not, and whether they agree with it or not. I think when you share it, it's the person receiving it responsibility to figure out what to do with it. But as long as you're sharing it from your heart, it should bring forth some kind of growth or something. So one last thing, y'all want to say good night and tell everybody what to look forward to, because we got 2 minutes.
Hey, people, listen, we're going to have an amazing time. I'm looking forward to this new chapter, this new journey with my man Adrian, and we just can't wait to bless you all.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna do a quick shameless plug. Yes, I am running for Georgia Secretary of State. If you would definitely like to support the campaign, ajforga.org. But outside of that, we need to have a fantastic show every single month. We can make this go. This is gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to having this show. The H.E.R.D is coming, and it's coming packing.
Absolutely.
Yay! You guys, and thank you so much. It has been phenomenal being with you. I knew it would be. You give me so much energy. I love it. And Zaina's doing a shameless plug too. She's like, y'all would be great for BroadCom. She'll tell you some more. I'll tell you some more. I'll give you that information. So with that being said, you guys, I wish you love and light, peace and blessings. This has been Pat Nash, Straight Talk from the Heart.
Don't touch that dial. Just chill for a while, keep it locked with my man Tony P. Welcome to something new, something you're not used to. It's fresh and guaranteed to bless. New Arts Profile. Yeah, it's a new day with a new sound. Keep it locked, you're listening to the new Arts Profile. Thank God for music, new music on the radio.
With the CHH, so tune in to the CHH.
Yeah, this is the theme song, not an interlude. CHH with Kim and Birdie, I hope you're in the mood. For a special guest in the interviews, supporting the kingdom and we continue to bring it to you non-stop. Yo, the Souls of Pop, Sunday night, 7th Century, we all in the spot. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, keep it locked. We live in Lip Nation, we rising to the top. Yo, it's a Holy Ghost party, get your groove on. The KB double player, keep your move on. You can make the convertible if you groove strong. Come on and get your praise on for about an hour long. Shout out to Kim, yo, this is our song. You can check the times on, the show's coming on. Tell your friends to tune in, we won't steer you wrong. CHH with Kim and Birdie, tap in and cheer along.
You're now rocking with the CHH, so tune in to the CHH.
Straight from the heart, yeah. We all looking for a connection.
Hello, everyone. This is Pat Nash of Pat Nash Talks, where we have the conversations that create real relationships. I'm here every single Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and you can find us right here on Level Up Nation. See you then.
If you want something lasting, it starts with honesty. Relationships are the new currency. That's how we all get rich. Straight from the heart, real